one of the topics of the Getting Revitalized on Work or Grow a seminar series for work enhancement is entitled Work and Artificial Intelligence or AI Towards Innovation and Transformation. Part of today's discussion would be the following. First is to understand the world of work with the emerging technology that we have now, knowing artificial intelligence application and its vast capability. Apply AI on doing work, hands-on training na po, and then the challenges on using technology. So these are the reminders naman po on the part of utilizing the technology that we have. But first, allow me to ask a question. What is the future of work? Yan. Sa environment pa lang, may impact na kaagad ang tinatawag nating teknolohiya. Napakasimple ng tanong, ano nga ba ang kinabukasan ng trabaho? Are you aware that in the field of computer engineering, we are creating students or tayo po ay nagtuturo sa mga estudyante natin or pinatatapos natin sila in the field of studies nila sa pagkakataon na matapos sila ay hindi pa po nag-develop yung or what I'm saying is that we are preparing them sa field na hindi pa available. Kasi habang nag-aaral po ang ating mga estudyante in the field of technology, marami pa pong technology ang nabubuo. So naiiwanan yung ating curriculum. Or nakakasunod man po pero hindi siya sapat sa bilis ng technology na mayroon tayo ngayon. Okay? So let me share a video na mula sa World Economic Forum published by the year 2022 and then may outlook po sila by the year 2025 anong mangyayari. So let's listen.
A future filled with flying cars, holograms, and never-ending viral videos. But as the future of work becomes more and more digital, it becomes harder to grasp what that will actually look like and how we will fit into it.
We have the opportunity to say, like, what is it that really takes the most advantage of people's ingenuity and creativity?
There's always these moments where technology has forced us into a different direction. And in most cases, it's been positive.
You can think of robots and AI as helping you to remove the most redundant parts of your day in your life so you can focus on the higher level thinking. I'm excited about that future.
For the vast majority of us, the workplace is rapidly changing, and it can feel like we're speeding towards the unknown. By 2025, 85 million jobs may be displaced by technological advancements, which is a scary number. But at the same time, 97 million new roles may emerge that will be adapted to a new division of labor between humans, machines, and algorithms. There are a whole host of emerging industries that will create a range of new jobs, just one of which is drone piloting. Andy and Nathambi from Wingcopter are using drones to help improve people's lives.
We are currently optimizing supply chains in Malawi, specifically delivering medicine.
Transit is not possible through roads. So drones come in and help poorer and less advantaged people have access to medicine.
And what's really interesting right now with the drone industry is we're seeing drone academies in Benin and Sierra Leone that are essentially addressing the skill gap in Africa when it comes to this high-tech technology.
So I see drone technology being such an emerging market that allows for opportunities, not just in piloting, but in maintenance, in auxiliary staff, and in other sectors.
For many people, automation is a scary word, because they think of machines that are essentially taking away their job. What we all have to realize is that through technology, we are actually going to have better standards, better skilled jobs, more opportunity, and traditional jobs will transition into new and more exciting jobs for the future.
Andy and Nathambi's work is representative of many of these new roles, taking machines and making them work for us. In the same way that workers had to learn how to use the machines and tools in the first industrial revolution, it's going to be up to us to learn how to use the tools of the future in this fourth industrial revolution. That means more people learning how things like software and robots function. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, just isn't going to fly anymore. People working today will see the share of their core skills change by up to 40% in the next 5 years. Reskilling will become key to this transition. The good news is that it's never been easier to learn new skills. Many companies are prioritizing training to build a secure future for themselves and their employees, with 2 out of 3 expected to see a return on investment in reskilling their workforce. What's more, the internet has made self-education both accessible and affordable. Christo set up creative education company The Future to help people make a living doing what they love.
Everything that you want to learn is available on the internet, and we can explore in ways that are very low risk to us. Because imagine the old approach, which is I have to submit an application to university or college. And so that means there's a whole bunch of prep work I have to do. And even for some people, the admission fees and essays, the barrier to entry is just too high. In this way, I think, especially with all the resources, workshops, courses, ebooks, training, one-on-one mentorship, peer groups, all that kind of stuff, that's available at very low cost. So you can dip your toes into something, find out if this is a good fit for you, and then decide this is where I want to do a deep dive. And you can learn at your own pace, which I love.
Doesn't seem quite as scary now, does it? Still, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the future is going to be all ones and zeros. Although digital literacy is going to be incredibly important, it is in fact the soft skills that are going to be at the core of the average future worker. In a world where hybrid remote working will be more common, self-awareness and self-management will be king. Roles centered around employee well-being and community will become more important, and emotional intelligence will be necessary for managers to provide proper support and foster happier, more fulfilled teams. We may even start to see official certification of these softer skills, allowing for greater freedom to transfer between industries. One of these growing industries will be the care economy. With our ever-growing and aging population, care for the elderly, the vulnerable, and children will become a high priority. In a society that's increasingly putting well-being above other concerns, this sort of job will become more common as investment moves to social infrastructure. Andrea is discovering how investing in robots is making hospital care more human-centered.
Even before the pandemic, we were already seeing the care sector being stretched and there being a renewed focus on how do we really kind of stem the burnout that people are feeling. If you talk to most nurses and clinicians, like the part of their job that they love the most is when they have that kind of deep connection with their patients. And so I think it's great if we can think of ways that automation like Moxie, taking away some of the mundane delivery tasks, can kind of open up more time for the parts of a person's job that they really love. Yeah, there may end up being more and more interactions that patients have with automation and technology. But in the end, that caregiving experience that you have that's really person to person, I don't see how that's ever going to go away.
As you can see, far from the uncaring image of technology in science fiction, it can actually increase our capacity to take care of each other. It can also help us to care for our planet. In the coming years, climate action is going to need to kick into overdrive, and this means two things: innovation and new jobs. Just one example of these jobs is coral farming. With more coral reefs dying off each year, coral restoration is more important than ever. But the current process is labor-intensive and requires an advanced skill set. However, people like Stephen are using technology to open up these coral farming roles to a wider group.
Charm is a device that allows coral restoration practitioners the ability to grow thousands to hopefully millions of coral by the touch of a button. This robot will have on board the artificial intelligence and the ability to clean coral, feed coral when they're hungry, identify pests, and do the general maintenance tasks that a lot of people need to do but don't quite have the time or resources.
There is a growing need for people to be working in this space for green technology, for sustainable practices. What we actually need is a group of people to say, this is the kind of future that we want, where we integrate technology with the environment and we flourish. And we want to have a job in an industry that promotes thriving.
The future of work is coming. For some, it's already here. It can be a bright future, a future that can improve our well-being and the well-being of the planet. So while automation can sound scary, with careful regulation and policies that promote equal opportunities and inclusion, there are ways it can make our working lives happier, more effective, more human.
And there we have it. The World Economic Forum 2022 have published the future of work. And from that short video presentation, makakakuha na kagad tayo ng silip sa future. Ano nga ba ang mangyayari sa future of work natin? So some of the highlights are the following. Sir, may you please share the presentation we have? Okay, so some of the highlights of that video are the following. First is that the future of technology will emerge. And also, part of that is that innovation and new jobs, integration of technology and environment to green technology. Nowadays po, we are trying to promote po sa pagbuo ng ating mga researchers na magiging green technology siya. Not just creating innovation and additional production materials or devices, but also to create a research output na hindi po makakasira ng ating environment, or somehow even better, will help the environment be preserved. Ayan, ramdam na nga po natin ngayon with the technology that we have na lagi natin nagagamit, yung mga as simple as the air conditions that we have, nag-exhaust siya, di ba? And then yung mga nagiging output ng ating mga ginagamit in our daily lives, nakakatulong sa atin, giginhawa tayo, pero may impact siya sa environment natin. Kaya nga lalo, napakainit talaga ngayon. And also, the research agenda nga po focuses on health and environment conservation. And also, part of the highlights is on digital literacy. Importante po ito hindi lamang sa mga professionals, but then sa mga estudyante na binubuo pa lamang natin, and even to everyone. Actually, hindi po natin namamalayan that we are already utilizing artificial intelligence na pala. If we are using an iPhone, hey Siri, please open the flashlight. Diba? Mag-open na yung flashlight ng ating phone. So meron na tayong mga tinatawag na assistant or virtual assistants. And also, for having the digital literacy, na mahalaga nga po, some of the resources galing po sa ating pinanood na video is from workshop, courses, e-books, training, kagaya po nito, one-on-one mentorship or mentorships, and also sa internet. Everything we need to learn, lahat ng katanungan natin nasa internet na po ngayon. You can learn pa at your own pace, diba? Next slide would still have the highlights of that video. Work becomes more digital. By 2025, they have projected 85 million job loss, but with 97 million new work will emerge. Okay? Some of the jobs na maaari pong palitan with the immersion of AI is that we have here the telemarketing, bookkeeping clerks, compensation and benefits managers, receptionists, couriers, proofreaders, computer support specialists, market research analysts, advertising salespeople, and retail salespeople. Kung mapapansin po natin, yung work ng tao talagang pinapalitan na ng teknolohiya ngayon. Then, we also have here that 40% change every year with work environment dahil sa technology na mayroon tayo. Kaya naman, it's a must at napakaganda po talaga na mayroon tayong employee training for capability development. Dahil ang rise in technology or ang pag-angat, pagpapatuloy, innovation in technology will equate to a more affordable and more available products. Okay? As we move along, ating pong bigyan ng konotasyon, what is AI? In simple term, ang AI po na sinasabi natin is, ayan, artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. This is from TechTarget. And to add pa po, para mas maunawaan natin, these processes include learning, reasoning, and self-correction. Gaya nga ng sabi ko po kanina, most of us have used Siri, Google Assistant, Cortana, or even Bixby at some point of our lives. What are they? Ano nga ba yung mga yun, di ba? They are our artificial intelligent digital personal assistants. The goal of our artificially intelligent assistant is to help us find useful information when we ask for it using our voice. We say, "Hey Siri, show me the closest fast food restaurant." Diba? Sabi nga, ang tao daw tinuturuan, maging tamad lalo ng teknolohiya. Itatype mo na lang, gusto mo iuusap pa, di ba? But then, yan talaga po ang technology. So we make use of it, di ba? Or who is the 21st President of the United States? And my AI assistant will respond with the relevant information by either going through to your phone or kung nakakonect tayo sa data, searching it on the web, di ba? This is a simple example of artificial intelligence. So doon pa pala, may AI na. Ngayon lang tayo with focusing on those kinds of topics. Okay? Again, these processes include learning, the acquisition of information, and rules for using it. So input, reasoning, using rules to reach approximate or definite conclusions. So this is the process or yung logic reasoning natin with AI. And self-correction. So, ibig sabihin, in the technology of AI po, we feed data, and from that data, nagsa-self-correction or nagkakaroon ng logic po ang mekanismo ng ating tinatawag na AI. Hindi na po ako magpapakalalim, but because I was tasked to share a discussion in simple terms, para daw po hindi po kasi daw lahat ay developer. So kaya ginawa po natin, we have come up to a presentation that will reach our both teaching and non-teaching personnel. And also the students na meron or kasama po natin sa online. AI is used in a wide range of applications from robotics to natural language processing, and it is continually evolving as researchers develop new techniques and technologies rather. Okay, next slide. Artificial intelligence is indeed very wide. Yan po yung kanyang umbrella. Okay? It may be on the cognitive computing, computer vision, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning, natural language processing. Okay? Next. To discuss further po itong ating umbrella na tinatawag, I have here the AI or artificial intelligence application. AI, again, is a technology that helps create smart and intelligent machines that are capable of performing tasks without human intervention. AI-based machines are programmed to learn and explore their surroundings with the help of data analysis. In the real world, we can see various applications of AI that allows us to perform our day-to-day tasks easily. There are many useful applications of AI that have changed our lives. Well, in fact, for sure, every one of us, again, uses AI nang hindi natin nalalaman. With that, allow me to share 10 of the known applications of AI. First is what we call the NLP, or the natural language processing. AI is used for tasks like sentiment analysis, language translation, chatbots, and virtual assistants. When we talk about sentiment analysis, allow me to read the content of my presentation. Analysis or analyzes text to understand the sentiments behind user conversation and messages. Perfect for organizations to study brand strategies and consumer behavior. Voice analysis and processing allows organizations to translate verbal command into computer-based actions. Ngayon, ang ating mga ginagamit na MS Teams, Zoom, or Gmeet ay meron na pong kakayahan na aside from listening po sa ating mga tinatawag na resource speaker, pwede rin po tayong magkaroon ng subtitles na, diba? At saka yung pagbuo po natin ng proceedings, in every time na may mga program po tayo, napapadali na siya with means of AI. Yung ating mga recorded audio, ipuput lang natin sa ating AI app, ay pwede na po tayo magkaroon ng script. Also, entity recognition identifies entities in the text and classifies them into different objects such as companies, persons, and products. Syntax analysis analyzes the grammatical structure of text, splits them into parts to help understand patterns originating from it. Or even if yung paggamit lang natin ng Microsoft Word o Word, or kaya naman nagtatype tayo sa internet kapag mali ang ating tinatawag na grammar or spelling, di ba, nag-auto-correct na po siya. Automatic translation and summarization also. enables the computer to translate text from one language to another. Okay, these are just few examples and the potential applications of AI. And 8 natural language processing examples are also email filters, diba? And then smart assistants, search result, predictive text language. Predictive text language, kapag nagta-type tayo, nag-auto-generate siya ng possible na gusto mong i-type. Okay? And also, kapag ka po mag-message tayo, for example, sa Messenger, for sure, na-experience na ng ilan, na kapag may 2 letters pa lang tayong natatype, na kapag na-sense ng ating device na ito ay somewhat malicious or kung ano pa man, ay nag-auto-generate po siya ng information. Nasubukan ko po kasi nag-type ako ng CP, ang nag-engage or nag-pop up sa aking phone, ay nakita ko, related pala siya sa cyber security when it comes to that CP po na 2-letter. Pwede nyo rin po subukan kung sakasakali. Okay? At marami pa pong iba with NLP. Next is the computer vision. So AI powers image recognition, object detection, facial recognition, and autonomous vehicles. These are just again, few examples. During the pandemic, one of the researcher group po ng Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering here in our university have created or developed a system device that checks po yung ating tinatawag na social distancing. Hindi natin malilimutan yan. During pandemic, even social distancing, napakahigpit. So, with the use of computer vision po, ay na-analyze ni computer or ng system nila kung nasa tamang distansya pa ba ang mga tao. Yung kanila pong setting of the study ay ginawa po dito sa ating university. Just to share. And next is on healthcare. Medyo marami pa, may 7 pa. AI assistant in medical image analysis, personalized treatment plans, drug discovery, and patient monitoring. Year 19-something, parang may napanood ako na video na kung saan hihiga ka lang sa isang kapsula, i-scan ka na makikita na yung sakit mo. Hindi pala imposibleng mangyari kasi meron na po ngayon mga klase ng CT scan na ginagamitan na ng advanced technology or AI. Sample of its application are drug development na yung medical imaging, ophthalmology, administrative workflow, managing medical records, at marami pang iba. Next is finance. AI is used for fraud detection, algorithmic trading, risk assessment, and personalized financial services. Have you ever asked a chatbot a question about opening savings account, diba? Has your bank ever told you to verify account activity on your credit card? The world of artificial intelligence is booming, and it seems as though no industry or sector has remained untouched by its impact and prevalence. The world of financing and banking is among those finding important ways to leverage the power of this game. And to add, managing personalized banking experience, fraud detection nga po, ang madalas po na pinaggagamitan. Okay? And for sure, madalas po tayong nakakatanggap. Tayo po ay nakaregister ang phone number or email, may auto-generated din na mga paalala kapag somewhat may malicious transaction na naganap sa iyong account and so on and so forth. And also, kapag magbubukas ka na ngayon ng account with RCBC, naka-program na din po sila. On your own, pwede ka nang mag-open ng sarili mong account. And next, in retail, AR powers recommendation systems, demand forecasting, inventory management, and customer service chatbot. Customer service, kapag tayo gumagamit ng Messenger, for example, may isang page doon na isa siyang business entity for services or products. Usually, mayroong mga automatic or auto-generated na mga response. So, yun yung best example po nito. Okay? Like other aspects of our lives, AI's impact on retail is undeniable. It is reshaping the entire shopping experience from personalization and customer service to inventory management. And one of the best examples pa nito, to add po, is yung paggamit natin ng Shopee and Lazada and TikTok. Napakarami na po ng ways to bought the products that we needed and the services we needed. Next is manufacturing. AI enables predictive maintenance, quality control, supply chain optimization, and robotic automation. Allow me to share this one. Philstar have published in the year 2018, this image is that the Philippine manufacturing sector was among the top performers in the ASEAN region in August, according to the results of the Nikkei ASEAN Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index. So, kahit pa paano pala, talaga namang magaling din naman ang mga Pinoy. Nakakasabay naman tayo. So, that is year 2018 in manufacturing. Next. Ayan, gamit na gamit ng may sasakyan man o wala, gamit na gamit ng mga laboy. Yan. Yung sa field ng transportation. AI is crucial for route optimization, autonomous vehicle, traffic management, and predictive maintenance of vehicles. Diba? AI feeds on its own data once deployed. Gaya po ng Waze and Google Maps are best examples po nitong tinatawag natin. Okay? What do we mean by AI feeds on its own data? Yan, medyo makikita natin ang best explanation nito kapag gumagamit po tayo ng Google Map. May pagkakataon na pwedeng magbigay si Google Map ng route. For example, galing po ako sa Sagbat. Ayan, sa Morong na lang tayo. Papunta po ako ng Save More. Since marami na po ang sumubok ng route na una niyang binigay na kung saan may pagkakamali na nag-U-turn pa sa tapat ng URS forum, maaari pong yun din yung mapunta or makita ng iba pang gumagamit ng application na yun. Kaya naman, ang isa pang naging advantage ng ating mga Waze application is that nako-correct na po natin ngayon. And we can also report din kapag may close at the road, sa Makati or sa BGC, madalas nangyayari, malaking bagay na mayroon kang Waze na nakakonect sa internet para naka-real time updates yung iyong mga route optimization. Okay, next is entertainment. Ayan. Entertainment in AI is used for content recommendation, personalized playlist ng ating pinatawag na Spotify, gaining AI opponents, and content generation. So, yung naka-flash po sa ating slide is that Pokemon Go app sa ating pong left side, na marami na po ang gumamit yan, na ginagamit ang real world, and then nagkakaroon ng mga images na pwede ka maglaro and so on and so on. And on the right side po yung tinatawag naman natin na VR box. So augmented reality, it's as if you are inside the game talaga. So for sure, marami pa nang nakakapanood na sa FB Reels na habang naglalaro at ginagamit ang teknolohiya ng VR, ay marami na din pong nasirang mga kagamitan sa loob ng bahay. Yan. But then, nagkaroon na po ng improvement yun. Sinubukan na, or hindi naman sinubukan, ginawa na po na i-scan yung pinaka-area and then nag-a-adjust po yung mga graphics sa area. So nakikita na yung buong bahay, ang nangyayari na lang, nag-a-adjust na lang yung mga tinatawag natin na part ng mga game. Cybersecurity is on our top 9. AI helps on threat detection, anomaly detection, and real-time response to security incidents. Okay, 10 examples of AI in cybersecurity. Sa latest research natin is that threat detection and prevention, automated incident response, vulnerability scanning and patch management, threat hunting, malware analysis and reverse engineering, penetration testing and ethical hacking, risk assessment, and data loss prevention. And for the top 10, hindi naman top pero sila po yung 10 applications na madalas ginagamitan. Is in education or education. AI aids in personalized learning experiences, adaptive tutoring systems, and educational content creation. AI in education refers to the use of machine learning, natural language processing, or yung NLP kanina po, number 1, and other AI techniques to facilitate teaching and learning. It can be channeled to improve student engagement, personalized learning, educational content creation, speed up administrative tasks, generate curricula, strengthen feedback loops, and provide one-on-one student support among other uses. During the pandemic, ayan, inopen tayo sa kaalaman at sa kakayahan na kaya pala nating mag-adjust with technology. So, for our next slide, sa ating nga pong topic, work and artificial intelligence, you might think that we will have a hands-on training on developing your own chatbots, programming, and hard coding. But no, I was tasked to create again a presentation that will consider the audience that will be very helpful to both teaching and non-teaching members of the university. More technical terms might be appropriate for developers, but while simpler explanation works better for the general audience. The reason for our hands-on activity will focus on educational content creation and to speeding up administrative tasks. With that being said, we will be using the natural language processing with its most known samples, kagaya po ng chatbots and yung ating tinatawag na Copilot, ChatGPT, online assistant natin, and then Gemini to name a few. Next slide is a sample of the ChatGPT na tinatawag natin. ChatGPT is an online assistant that can be accessed by opening your web browser like Google Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, at marami pang iba. And then, type ChatGPT. So, pwede nyo na pong gawin. Pwede rin namang makinig lang po muna. Okay? And also, aside from ChatGPT, to add pa po pala with ChatGPT, ay wala pong bayad. Nagagamit natin ang ChatGPT ng free. Okay? Pero, limited lamang yung pwedeng gamitin kapag ka po free. If we want to upgrade, there's what we call Plus and then Team, na kung saan may kaupo lang pabayaran po. Okay? Although we can use these online chatbots for free, these are all proprietary software, so there's a need for finances to have a better grip and full experience of this software. Hindi lamang po sa ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini also. Okay, next slide is the what we call Copilot. It's a Microsoft Copilot, formerly known as Bing Chat Enterprise, an everyday AI companion that provides AI-powered chat for the web, whether you're researching industries insights, analyzing data, or seeking inspiration. Copilot gives users access to better answers, greater efficiency, and new ways to be creative. It is built on the multi-modal large language model GPT-4. Okay, next is Gemini. Kapahapyaw lang po ang aking pinakikita. Okay. Next slide is, again, Gemini. Wherein Gemini is a Google most advanced AI model, yet known for its capabilities in several areas. Multimodal, problem solving, and also surpass human performance. Overall, Gemini represents a significant step forward in AI's potential to improve various aspects of our lives. To use it, aside from going to its link, make sure to log in on your email account. Next slide includes the data that shows how an online assistant like Gemini and GPT-4 are being recognized through its specifications. Yung kanyang reasoning, mathematical ability, and its scope. Okay? Next is the overview of what we are going to do with our hands-on activity. So we are going to create a presentation po. For example, very useful kasi sa atin ang paggawa ng presentation. For example, for our teaching personnels, we can create a material para po sa ating pagtuturo. Samantala, if we are engaged with research and extension, we can create a presentation na kahit hindi na tayo mag-usap, ay napakaganda na ng magiging presentation natin. So, we are going to utilize all of the chatbots or yung mga available application natin na inclined with AI. So, una, tayo po ay mag-create ng ating idea or ng title. And then, bubuo din tayo ng objectives. And we will also feed the discussion proper. Can also add matrix or data or additional info about the discussion and then summary. And also conclusion and references. So, creating the idea. So, once again, if we are going to use the next slide, please, sir. Once again, if we are going to use ChatGPT, this is free po, so 3.5 lamang ang ating magagamit. Very useful na din naman po kahit na hindi tayo mag 4.0. So again, you have to open your browser lamang and then type in ChatGPT and then mapupunta po tayo dito sa slide or sa interface po na ito. Sa lower part po niyan, so pwede pong pa-placer. You can type in a specific details. So, nilagay natin dyan, write na simple, catchy title and subtitle for a presentation about leadership skills training. So, for example, magiging isang speaker tayo para sa mga non-teaching staff. So, leadership skills. Ayan, medyo mabilis lang yung naging recording natin. So, after natin, okay, pwede pa pause, sir. Okay. Kaya po mong ibalik ng kaunti. Ayan. Ang audio naman yan. Ayan. Kung makikita po natin, kaya kayo po, sir. Kahit din lang po sa nag-enter tayo ng data na hinihingi natin kay ChatGPT. For sure, marami na po ang gumagawa nito, pero mangilan-ilan pa din. Marami pa din naman ang hindi po nakakaalam. So we are to share po kung ano yung pwede natin itulong para tayo po ay makaginhawa sa ating mga ginagawa. So again, kung ano man po ang kailangan nating kunin na mga data, we are just to type in kung ano yung instruction natin with ChatGPT. The more specific, the better. So, tapos, sir, pwede. Pabalik po na kaunti. Ayan. So, you write me a simple, catchy title, subtitle for a presentation about leadership skills training. So, sasagot si ChatGPT. Title is that Master Your Leadership, Unleashing Your Potential for Success. So, pwede kunin na natin yan, pero ikaw nga po ang user, ikaw din ang make decision. If hindi ka na gandahan dyan, pwede ka pang mag-generate ng additional answer for that. And also, kung makikita natin, dahil very specific yung binigay natin sa kanya na instruction, binigyan din niya tayo ng tinatawag natin na subtitle. Empower yourself with proven strategies and techniques for effective leadership. So what we are to do is just highlight, copy, and then, pwede na po yung placer. Make sure to open a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and then yun nga, ang kanyang ginawa. I-paste natin ang title and then yung ating subtitle. Okay, so meron na tayong tinatawag na title page. Okay? Pwede nyo pong i-edit yan. Siyempre, kayo pa rin naman na magiging author. Lagi naman natin paalala, lahat ng ibinibigay sa atin ng technology, we are the final author of that. So, we can edit, pwede rin naman natin i-grab yung idea na ibinigay ni ChatGPT. Next slide will contain the objectives. So, we can say po, and type in kung ano po yung instructions natin with ChatGPT. Write 3 objectives for that presentation. Keep them concise. Ayan. So, as simple as that. Tapos, sir. Ayan. Anyway, yun na nga, na-generate niya na yung objective. So, ang ginawa po natin ay kinopy natin and then we are going to paste on our presentation slide. So, kung mapapansin natin, if we are interacting with ChatGPT, continuous po siya para kang may kausap. Okay? Siguro may naka-experience na dati. Kung familiar po kayo, meron pa tayong tinatawag noon na SimSimi. Pero puro kalokohan ang ating medyo nakuha doon. Ano po? Well, in fairness with ChatGPT, very professional, di ba? Nakakatulong sa ating task. Okay, so we are done with the objectives. Next is that we are going to create our discussion proper. For the discussion proper, pwede natin gawin ay i-highlight natin. Sige sir, pwede na pong i-play. We can highlight the objectives that we have and then ibigay natin kay ChatGPT instruction natin to create a discussion about enhancing, yan, yung una nating objective. Yan. So, ang gagamitin po naman natin dito ay yung tinatawag natin na Copilot. Copilot somehow is relevant or pareho lang din po sa tinatawag natin na ChatGPT. But then with Copilot, you have to plug in po muna bago nyo siya magamit. Ayan. So, Copilot is responding po sa ibinigay natin na first objective. We can copy-paste that. O kaya naman po, marami pa po pwede pa po, sir. Ay, pabalik po na kaunti. Ayan, salamat, sir. Kung makikita po natin dyan, meron tayong learn more. Ibig sabihin, mas marami pa po tayong pwedeng ilagay na discussions dyan sa mga sumusunod na yan, naka-blue highlight. Okay? And then, continue po tayo. So, for example lang, okay na ako dun sa discussion na yon. So, I will grab that and paste it on my presentation. But of course, afterwards, ay i-review po natin yon. Hindi po tayo basta copy and paste. Kagaya nga ng sinasabi natin, kapag ka nagpapa-assignment tayo sa ating mga estudyante, you have to understand talaga. Yan. Okay, so medyo in-edit lang natin na kaunti po para maging maayos ang ating presentation. Okay. Having the discussion proper done, next slide will include the matrix. For example, we're searching with Google po. So, let's play po our video. Leadership skills training matrix. So, if we wanted to add additional discussion to our text discussion, ayan, to make it more enticing at saka mas engaging po naman talaga kapag kami mga graphs tayo pinapresent in every presentation. Again, dito pa lang nakikita natin everything we needed is in the internet po talaga. And even better with AI, ang dali-dali niyang ibinibigay yung mga datas na pwede natin magamit. Okay? So for example, we're done with matrix. We will move on now with what we call the summary. Okay? Bilis lang gumawa ng presentation. But syempre, we have to give much more time. Sige sir, pwede na pong i-play. To review our presentation. To make it more personalized. So, we are going to copy yung content natin. And then, what we are going to do is to ask ChatGPT, so pinaste natin, to create a summary for that. Ayan, ganun kasimple. Ang pagbuo natin ang tinatawag na summary. Kapag nag-generate siya ng answer, kapag nahahabaan ka, pwede ka pa mag-generate ng isa pa. Ayan. So, sinabi natin to make a bullet point summarize or summarization. Okay? So, for example, we are done with that. We are going now to our conclusion. Next slide, please. Ayan. For the conclusion naman po, we can get all the specific major subtitles. And then we will ask on that OpenAI to create a conclusion about that. Paste yung data po na. Ayan. So we have a short conclusion for the summary done. We can copy and then paste. And then, once again, hindi lamang pa sa copy-paste, we have to review pa rin yung kanyang mga generate. So, sa ating video, ay ini-edit lang base sa formatting na nais ng ating developer or ng ating gumagawa ng presentation. Okay, so that's it. Meron na tayong title page. Meron na tayong objectives, nakagawa na din tayo ng discussion proper. We also have included graphics or matrix, and we also have written our summary and also have given our conclusion sa tulong ng ating AI companion. Next is we can design our PPT. Anyway, on designing our PPT or our presentation, it is on the field or sa site na po ng ating ginagamit na software. So, this placer. If we are licensed and connected to the internet, you just click po yung slide na gusto nyo lagyan, then go to layout tab na design, and then click designer. So, mag-auto-generate po yan ng maraming klase ng layouts at kayo po ay pwede pamili na. So, napakadali na po talaga gumawa ng presentation. Slide by slide, you can have your predefined personalized layout. And once again, ang final say pa rin naman sa ating ginagawang presentation ay tayo. So we have edit more para mas maging presentable, mas maging readable ang ating magiging presentation. Next slide is creating script and video presentation. Generating script using ChatGPT and convert text to speech using, ayan po, binigay na natin yung ating pupuntahan na URL. So, pag sinabi natin generating script, ibig sabihin, while we are presenting, hindi naman, or a proper ethic on the presentation nga daw, ay hindi lamang basta binabasa yung ating presentation, but then to create a script related to that. So, with that, pwede natin gamitin pa rin si ChatGPT. Pwede natin i-highlight yung nilalaman ng ating discussion, and then we feed with ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot to create a script for that. Right? Maari po kayong mamili kung gaano kahaba or gaano ka-concise or gaano ka-simple yung magiging explanation for that. And that script or yung script na na-generate po natin can be converted into speech. That is with the power of AI by using ttsmp3.com/AI. So, pwede natin puntahan yun. So, next slide, please. Again, on generating our script using ChatGPT, please placer, ayan. Magaya po ng sinabi natin, we are just to type in kung ano yung instruction natin kay ChatGPT or sa ating companion. Transform this text into an easily understandable script. So, pwede. Ayan. Kung mapapansin niyo po, talagang napakahalaga po ng user. Bakit mahalaga ang user? The more specific or the more clear yung instructions, the more na mas maganda yung ibinibigay ni ChatGPT. Okay? So, yun nga. Once na-generate niya na ang tinatawag natin ng mga script, pwede natin kunin yun. And then, i-fit naman natin sa ating text-to-speech generator. Okay? Pwede natin ilagay dyan sa ating notes part so that kapag mag-presentation din naman tayo na tayo yung mag-uusap, ay madali po mag-present. Okay. So we're done with generating the script. Now we are to convert text to speech using, again, ttsmp3.com/AI. Okay, pwede na po natin next slide. So for example, we are done with generating the script. So after that, for the presentation, we can now generate an AI voice as your presentation's presenter. So once again, go to the link to the sfp3.com/AI. Pwede pa po, sir, balik lang po ng kaunti. Kagaya po ng iba pang companion natin, gaya ng ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. This link is also free para magkaroon tayo ng text-to-speech na tinatawag natin ng mga audio recordings. So we have the regular voices and we also have the AI voices. Pwede tayong mamili kung female ba na boses, lalaki, or bata. Ayan, so marami na po pwedeng gawin. Okay, so we are to again paste our script and then generate the audio voice or the AI voice that we will be using, and then just
Establish a clear vision. A leader should articulate a compelling vision that inspires.
Okay, so yun po yung isa nating example. So we are going to do that in all of the slides na mayroon po tayo. Kasi hindi naman lahat po ay magaling sa pag-articulate or sa pagsasalita ng kanila pong mga ideas. So with the use of AI, we can now share our ideas. Hindi na mahihiya at hindi na makakalimot sa speech na sasabihin. And also, magiging concise tayo sa timing. If that is a research presentation, good for 15 minutes, kayang-kaya nating ipasok sa oras. Okay, so yung pong proseso na yon ay gagawin lamang natin para sa lahat ng slides, and then again, we are going to insert po yung ating audio in every slides po na ating ginawaan ng script. And if we are done with that, ay magkakaroon po tayo ng final output. Ayan, so example po ng final output na magagawa natin. Alam ko medyo mabilis po, pero
Hey everyone, welcome to Mastering Leadership, Unleashing Your Potential for Success. Today we're diving into proven strategies and techniques for effective leadership. Let's set some goals for today. First, understand essential leadership principles. Second, learn skills to inspire and motivate teams. And third, get strategies for better communication and decision-making as leaders. Objective 1, understanding leadership principles. First, leaders need a clear vision. Think of it like this. Imagine you're on a ship and the captain needs to chart the course. Second, communication is key. It's like passing the torch in a relay race. Everyone needs to know what's happening. Let's continue with more principles. Leaders should lead by example. Like a coach on a sports team, they need to show, not just tell, how to win. We'll see how actions speak louder than words. Adaptability is crucial. Think of it like a chameleon, changing colors to match its surroundings. We'll explore how being flexible leads to success in different situations. And of course, values and ethics matter. It's like building a house on a solid foundation. It keeps everything steady. We'll see how doing the right thing leads to long-term success. Last but not least, 2 more things. Leaders should never stop learning. It's like sharpening a knife, it gets better with use. This how learning from experiences makes us better leaders. Creating a supportive environment is key. Imagine a garden where plants can grow freely. This is how to nurture a space where everyone feels safe to grow. And don't forget feedback and recognition. It's like cheering for your teammates when they score a goal. This is how giving praise and feedback boosts morale and productivity.
okay, I think that's a okay na sample output. Pwede na po tayong mag-move forward. So, okay, sige, okay na po muna yan, sir. So with that, that is one of the best application of utilizing artificial intelligence or companions that we have now. Again, very useful po siya in creating our discussions in everyday classes that we have. If we're going to share how the process is done in our offices, pwede po natin gawin. And then, very useful po siya when it comes to that. And also, maaari din tayong mag-create ng video presentation natin kapag ka tayo ay mag-join nga po ng mga research conference, extension na exhibits, pwedeng-pwede rin po, and marami pa pong iba na pwedeng paggamitan. So, yun po yung isa sa best example on utilizing AI sa ating everyday work. And also to add, although I have not created a slide for that, we can use AI on creating our program script. For example, on the spot, tinawag ka ni ma'am or ni sir, okay, sir Jet, kayo po ang ating opening remarks. Naku, hindi po ako mahilig mag-usap, ako po ay ganito, ganyan. Okay, with the use of AI, we can feed po sa ating mga companions kung ano po yung kailangan natin. So we can type in, please create, or may please talaga eh, no? Merong pag-usap, okay? You can type, write me an opening remarks about, lagay yung topic and make it concise. Again, the more specific yung ating instruction, the better ang ibinibigay sa atin ni ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot. And also, laging alalahanin na hindi dahil nag-fit tayo, kung ano yung binigay niya, ay ikokopyahin na lang natin, okay? So we have to review pa rin and to put our own words po sa makukuha natin ng mga data to make it more personalized. Okay? And also, marami pa pong kakayahan ang tinatawag natin na AI. We can also have the, again, yun nga, yung proceedings, pwede from audio, maging text na siya, and also yung audio, while listening po sa Gmail or sa mga seminars kagaya nito, ay pwede na siyang magkaroon ng subtitles to text para mas maliwanag nating napapakinggan. And as we move along, we are now going to discuss the pros of artificial intelligence or yung mga advantages niya. Okay. Pabalik po na kaunti, sir. Yan. Pros of AI. In the modern day, artificial intelligence is making its way to a smarter world. AI is helping to create advanced tools for automation that can save humans time for productive tasks. Indeed, di ba? So, part of its pros are the following: error-free processing, helps in repetitive jobs, 24/7 availability, right decision-making, digital assistance. Again, AI is helping to create advanced tools for automation that can save humans time for productive tasks. Next slide is the 10 advantages of AI in education. Una, personalized learning. Pangalawa, task automation. Third is that smart content creation can also be done. Fourth, improve accessibility. 5, closing skill gaps. 6, database feedback. 7, completing human teachers. And 8, 24/7 tutoring. Number 9, secure and decentralized learning systems. And last, assessment integrity. AI personalizes education, wherein AI can read a student academic history and deliver curated content based on data patterns. All you have to do is ask, diba? Okay, next. Benefits of AI in personalized learning are the following. Intelligent tutoring nga. So, gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, automated grading and assessment can also be done. Chatbot and virtual assistance is available. Curriculum planning, learning analytics, content recommendation. But, on top of that, meron pa rin tayong tinatawag na cons of artificial intelligence. Una, high cost of creation. Diba? AI development is indeed expensive, and to continuously meet the demand of a highly changing world, the hardware and software should be regularly updated. AI-powered devices are built employing complex codes, algorithms, software, and hardware. The maintenance of these components requires great effort and cost very high. Diba? And also, increase unemployment. With the increased unemployment, as machines become increasingly capable of performing complex tasks, many traditional jobs once held by hardworking individuals are now being taken over by algorithms and robots. Third one is lacking creativity. The accuracy of the results from an AI-powered machine depends on the level of analytics used by the creator. So, stiff, kung ano lang yung pinid natin, yun lang din yung kanyang kayang ibigay. Artificial intelligence cannot invent anything. It can just perform the task it is programmed for and improve itself by experience. And lacking improvement is the fourth one. AI algorithms are designed in such a way that they allow machines to learn by themselves by exploring data. Then the machines try to improve by learning, but any redundancy, the data may cause failures in learning, and the machines may show unpredictable results. Then the algorithms need to be readjusted for the new set of data or learn to adapt to exceptional conditions. And lastly, no human replications. Humans have created machines to save time and effort from doing non-essential repetitive tasks. AI-powered machines work on algorithms, mathematical computing, and cognitive technologies. They can become highly advanced, but cannot act or think like a human. Machines are considered intelligent, but they lack judgmental power as they are not aware of ethics or morals. The machines will break down or give unpredictable results if they find a condition they are not programmed with. Hence, if we try to implement AI in places that require strong judgmental ability, it will fail. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang ating paggamit ng AI or usually ang AI technology natin lacks emotional capability. Although, may nabalita na or in-announce na sa ibang bansa na nakakapag-develop na sila ng isang robot na kayang i-predict yung nararamdaman mo at kaya din niyang bigyan ng response yung nakita niyang emotion mo. Okay? Next, we have the 4 challenges and concerns about AI in education. While AI in education offers numerous advantages, responsible use of AI means being aware of potential concerns. Una, privacy. Even following cybersecurity best practices doesn't guarantee full protection from a cyber attack. Okay? Companies producing AI products must meet industry security standards to ensure appropriate use of data and content processed by AI technology. Second is that equity. While AI can bring instructional content to anywhere in the world, like ng ating ginawa kanina, a user needs internet access, syempre, to engage with the tool. This puts an additional burden on communities that are already under-sourced and potentially will leave them even farther behind. So, totoo po, di ba? We have this technology, but if we do not have the proper peripherals na kakailanganin natin, ay hindi natin kaya magamit 100% yung kanilang mga capacity. On the teaching roles, while AI will in no way replace human teacher, syempre, iba pa rin ang totoong guro, it will change the role of the teacher as we currently understand it. There is some anxiety about what teaching in an AI-driven classroom will look like. Hindi gaya ng kapag nakikinig tayo kay teacher na pinipinpoint ka pa. What I mean by pinpoint or like for discussion, mas engaging kasi kapag naka-eye to eye contact di ba? Iba talaga yung face-to-face saka yung online Pag online, alam naman natin, naranasan natin during pandemic, may mga estudyante tayo, baka nga natutulog pa habang nagdi-discuss ka. Unlike kapag face-to-face, pwede mo silang sitahin, yun yung ginagawin kong pinpoint, di ba? So, gaya ni ganito. So, good siya pagdating sa field ng ganito. So, better enhance, di ba? So, mas motivating ang environment ng ating classroom kapag physical or face-to-face talaga. So, isa yun sa challenge na tinatawag natin na use of AI. And also ethics. The ethical use of AI such as algorithmic bias is a concern. Such as, this occurs when the algorithm produces results that are systematically prejudiced due to false assumptions in the machine learning process. Okay. So, yan. And we have here a conclusion for our discussion today. So, parang malapit ng matapos. Ay, salamat. Medyo mahaba na yata. Okay. The integration of artificial intelligence into education and administrative workflows presents a transformative opportunity. In the field of education, AI personalizes learning experiences, automates grading tasks, and delivers real-time feedback, empowering educators to dedicate more time to fostering deeper student understanding. While within administrative functions, AI streamlines processes, reduces workloads, and generates data-driven insights that inform optimal decision making. Consequently, AI has the potential to significantly enhance efficiency, personalized experiences for both educators and students, and ultimately cultivate a more dynamic and effective learning environment. So before I formally end this presentation, allow me to share this idea that working hard is good, but with the technology that is continuously growing, we can now work smart. This quote is commonly associated with the ethos of embracing technology to enhance productivity and efficiency in work. It reflects the idea that while hard work is valuable, leveraging advancement in technology allows us to achieve even greater results by working smarter, not just harder. Okay?